Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have finished one of the paper lines and I wanted to introduce that to you as well as two projects. So this is the paper line. This one is called Flowers and Flourishes. So that's one of the papers. And I'll just keep flipping right on through. It is in the Etsy store. And with this one, I gave you a freebie. This one has a QR code, and this QR code actually takes you to a scripture in Deuteronomy. Be strong and courageous. In case you don't like the QR code and you have one without it. But this sheet with the QR code, it's a freebie. Let me show you the rest of the paper line. And we have some tags. And I always like to put in postcards. And here's a QR code here. And again, this is one of those freebies. And if you don't like the QR code, there's one without it. You can always have a little fun with these. You can put a stamp over this that flops open and then use the QR code. This QR code says, you are beautiful and loved. And again, this is a freebie if you don't want to use it. There's one without the QR code. Another paper, something to use as a background, and the final sheet. Now, what we're going to do today is a junk journal insert. And for this, I used, let me grab the paper that I used from the set. Here it is. I used this sheet for the set. Let me give you a quick flip through. So here's the cover, some pockets, some tags, journaling cards, another tag, another journaling card, and I put in a pocket. I didn't do the notch though. I've been seeing a lot of the specimen cards, so I wanted to do a take on the specimen card, and I wanted to make it something that's just more than just something you look at. I wanted to make it engaging, so I did add some QR codes, and let's take a look at some of these. Let me just get my QR code reader open. So let's see here. Let me get this paper out of the way. And the first QR code, it might be a little dark for you to see. The first QR code, let's see. This one is actually a voice message. Let me turn up the volume on my so let's do that one again.
Like a butterfly, you are beautiful and loved.
So that's that QR code. And then let's take a quick look at the second QR code. So this one says, like a butterfly, you are beautiful and loved. So I just wanted to show you that you can have a little bit of interactive fun with your junk journal inserts and all of the other ephemera that you put into your junk journals and your folios, those kinds of things. So let's continue to take a look at today's project. So more tags here, and another journaling card, and I put in a little journaling booklet here with some of the papers, another little tag there, and you're able to do some journaling here. And that's the first project. Let me show you the back cover. So that's the first project that we'll look at today, and this is the second one. It's another hidden paper clip project, and what I like about this one, as with the other one you saw me do, I can move it around anywhere, and this one actually is a pocket. So you can place your pocket on the side of a page, you can place it at the top of a page, you can move it around. So we'll look at doing these two projects today. Let me just put this away. If you use this paper from the paper line, the cutout that I used was a paper size that was 7 3/4 by 10 1/4. So it was a rectangular paper, much like your standard 8.5 by 11, but I just cut the length and the width down. And then what I did was, you're gonna have the paper folded in half, and then you're going to cut down the middle to the middle where the paper folds. What I like about this is you can do a number of things with this. So you can create a book that opens in a number of ways. It can open this way, it can open this way, you can have something else this way. You can play around with this in a number of ways. But for our purposes today, what we're going to do is the following. You're going to fold this way, and you're going to fold this, make sure that I get this right. You're going to fold this this way, and then you're going to turn this way, and then you'll get something that looks similar to this. And then you'll have that middle section, and then you'll have this and the back. So what we need to do is get your favorite glue, and what you're going to do is this. Let me just remove my pin there. So we have this top opening here, and we have this side opening here. So you're going to run a bead of glue along the edge here and along the edge here. So let me just do that very quickly. And this is a very fast drying glue. So now you have this, you have your pocket, you have this and your back. And then if you use the dimensions that I mentioned to you, you just cut these out and you stick them wherever you like, and use any other paper in the set for the backing and for pockets. And it was really that simple. If you wish to use a standard 8.5 by 11 like this, then you would take one of the larger sheets from the line and cut it down so that you don't have too much white space around your images. Again, the size of paper that I use, I folded it the same way, but the size of the paper that I used was 7 by 3, it was, 7 3/4 inches by 10 1/4 inches. So now, the next project that we're going to do is this little hidden paper clip. This little hidden paper clip pocket. So I've got some tags in there. Very quickly, how did I do that? I use paper from my line, but this time I wanted to do something different. So I embossed some papers, and this was 3 inches this way by 6 inches this way. And we start out the same way that you saw me do the other paper clip trick. So you'll need at least 2 paper clips. I embossed the paper, so have the embossed side to the embossed side. Let's get these together like this, and like the last time, I'm going to put my paper clips in. Put my paper clips in like this. And if you wish to cut out a notch, this would be the time. So take the other ends, make sure that they're, even. Get your, this is a 1-inch hole puncher. Get your paper in between there, get it as centered as possible. And then you have your notches for both sides. Okay, what you're going to do next, same thing that we did before. We're going to close this up with that 3rd sheet of paper, and this is where we need to start getting things glued down. So I like to use another paper clip to make sure that things stay secure as I'm gluing down. So let me just get another paper clip, stick that in there, get my glue. I'm going to run a little bit down the center to make sure that I get the center done. I'm going to run a little bit along the edge, get some a little along the edge and along the edge. This is really fast, so it's not the most neatest job. The main point is just to give you the idea how I did it. So let's get that down. Get the other side. Run along the edge. Along the edge. And there's my dog barking again. She's just rooting me on, I'm sure. Remember, you don't want to get glue in here. You just want to glue these sides down. So because it's embossed, I need to use a little bit more glue to get in those crevices. And I'm going to get the other side. I'll get a little bit more glue in there, inside those crevices. And remember to keep the center open. Okay, so I've got that one side done. Now I can get the other side done. And I'm doing this really quickly again. It's just to give you an overall idea of how I did this. I'm gonna run a little bit down the center, and I need a little bit extra on the embossed part. And remember to keep the center open. Okay, so now what we need to do is run a bead of glue on this side, a bead of glue on this side, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite. So I'm putting a little bit extra where I've got those embossed areas because the glue sinks into it. And the other side. And a little bit extra where those embossed areas are. And keep that center nice and open. And you can hook this to anything. And then remember, you've got those little pockets there. You've got pockets on both sides. You can move this around, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as quick as possible so you're not viewing all day. And visit the Etsy store. The papers for this particular line are there, and I'm almost finished with the papers for my from my original video, the junk journal that I'm doing. In the meantime, I am going to be adding this to my junk journal that I have been working on, and I'm going to put that in there. With this that's embossed, if you wish to have a little bit of fun, remember the distress crayons. You can always go over those embossed areas, do some blending, have a little fun with that. In any event, see you next time. Bye.